This is the science of waking up early without feeling exhausted. Almost everything you've been told about it is wrong. Across the United States, the struggle to wake up feeling rested is far more than a personal inconvenience. According to the CDC's most recent National Health Interview Survey, 30.5% of adults now report getting less than 7 hours of sleep per night. That translates to nearly 1 in 3 people who are chronically underslept, and the consequences ripple far beyond groggy mornings. RAND. Europe estimates that insufficient sleep costs the American economy up to $411 billion each year, an amount equal to over 1 million lost working days annually. These losses aren't just about a few missed alarms or slow starts. They represent reduced productivity, higher rates of workplace accidents, increased healthcare spending, and even a greater risk of early mortality. While the numbers are model-based, the scale is undeniable. Sleep loss is not an isolated issue or a badge of honor. It's a nationwide drain on well-being, performance, and economic health. Waking up groggy isn't a moral failing or a sign of weak willpower. It's a well-documented biological process called sleep inertia. In the first moments after the alarm, the brain lags behind the body. Reaction times slow, memory falters, and even simple tasks can feel overwhelming. Laboratory studies show that this fog typically lasts between 10 and 30 minutes, although for some it can stretch much longer. The depth of sleep at the moment of waking, especially if it's from slow-wave sleep, makes inertia more pronounced. For many, the instinctive response is to hit the snooze button, searching for a few extra minutes of rest. While snoozing is often blamed for making mornings worse, recent research challenges that assumption. Tina Sundelin's experiment at Stockholm University tracked habitual snoozers in strict lab conditions. Her team found that a short, controlled snooze, about 9 minutes, led to slightly faster reaction times on cognitive tests, with no measurable harm to mood, cortisol, or sleep quality. In her words, for regular snoozers, the extra interval may actually help the brain catch up. Yet most quick fixes, like hitting snooze or jolting awake with loud alarms, fail to address the underlying biology. Sleep inertia is not just a nuisance, it's the body's protective buffer during the transition from sleep to wake. Understanding this mechanism is the first step toward building a morning routine that works with, not against, our natural rhythms. 7 to 9 hours of sleep, kept as consistent as possible, forms the backbone of any plan to wake up feeling refreshed. Studies tracking thousands of adults over decades reveal that people who stick to regular sleep schedules, both in duration and timing, enjoy 20 to 48% lower risk of early death compared to those with erratic patterns. This benefit holds even when total weekly sleep is the same, underscoring that it's not just how much you sleep, but when. Epidemiological research links nightly rhythm to everything from cardiovascular health to immune function. For anyone whose mornings feel foggy, the first step is not to find a better alarm, but to protect those regular hours in bed, aiming for that 7 to 9 hour window, night after night. Physical activity on the day before can quietly set the stage for a clearer, more alert morning. Even a single 20-minute brisk walk or a short session of moderate exercise has been shown to make a measurable difference. In controlled trials, participants who exercised the previous day responded 13% faster on psychomotor vigilance tests the next morning compared to those who remained inactive. This improvement is not just a statistical blip. It translates to sharper attention, quicker reactions, and a stronger sense of readiness as soon as the day begins. The best part is that these gains do not require hours at the gym. A walk after dinner or a few minutes of movement before bed can be enough. By making physical activity a regular part of the day, it becomes possible to tap into the body's own ability to boost next morning alertness, no matter what the clock says. Breakfast has the power to shape how the brain functions in the first hours of the day. When the morning meal is built around low glycemic carbohydrates and moderate protein, such as oatmeal with Greek yogurt or whole grain toast with eggs, blood sugar rises gently, then returns to baseline without the dramatic spikes and crashes seen after high sugar cereals. Researchers tracking cognitive performance found that this approach leads to an 8% improvement in working memory scores just 45 minutes after eating. The effect is not subtle. Sharper focus, steadier attention, and a smoother transition into mentally demanding tasks. For those who swapped a sugary breakfast for a balanced one, the difference was immediate and measurable. With a simple change in what goes on the plate, mornings become less of a struggle and more of an opportunity. Not everyone can simply will themselves into becoming a morning person. Large-scale genetic studies have identified 351 distinct genetic loci that shape whether someone naturally wakes early or late. This biological foundation means that advice to just get up earlier may overlook real genetic constraints. Dr. Wendy Troxell, a leading sleep researcher, cautions that pushing against your natural rhythm can lead to chronic fatigue and what she calls social jet lag, the exhaustion that comes from living out of sync with your internal clock. These findings remind us that one-size-fits-all routines can backfire. Any plan to wake up earlier must be flexible enough to respect individual differences, blending practical strategies with an understanding of each person's unique biology. A week 1 plan starts with a gentle, biology-friendly shift, moving bedtime and wake time just 15 minutes earlier each day. Right after the alarm, stepping into 10 minutes of bright light helps reset the body's internal clock, while keeping the bedroom cool between 60 and 67 degrees improves sleep continuity. Even 30 seconds of light movement, like stretching or marching in place, can help clear morning fog. Wait at least 1 hour after waking before reaching for caffeine, and aim to avoid caffeine after 2 in the afternoon. Each step is small, but together they create mornings that feel less like a battle and more like a natural beginning. Right now, nearly 1 in 3 adults sleep less than 7 hours. Rest isn't a moral failing, it's a biological need. Better mornings start with understanding your body, not fighting it. Sleep smarter, not harder.